Hey, party people, Missy Bunch here with Death of the Desk, and this is 5 things you can do for your sacrum, part 2. Remember my friend Howard Sternum here, and he may or may not be helping today, we're not sure. All right, buddy? So here's the deal. This video is part 2, so what I expect of you is that part 1 is competent, you're moving intelligently, fluidly, you don't have to think about it very much anymore, you've done it a couple times, you are an adult, you are now ready to move on to level 2 of things you can do for your sacrum. It is progressive. I do expect part 1 to be kind of not second nature, but somewhat easy for you by this time. We did skin stem, spinal rolling, spinal slumping, rehab hip circles, and pelvis mobility. So now what we're going to do after you've done part 1 is add on 5 more exercises. The first one, remember, you're already warmed up. The first one is called scrape the barrel. So what you're going to do for this is spread your feet wider than your hips, okay? So it's wider than my hips, and in fact, it's wider than my shoulders. This move I call scrape the barrel because I want you to picture yourself inside of a big barrel. Mine is a wine barrel. Yours can be whatever you'd like. And I'm inside my own barrel and you're inside your own barrel. And what you want to do is think of shifting your pelvis inside and scraping the inside of the barrel. Okay, so your shoulders, you want to try to keep over your toes. So it's not like this. It's not an upper torso initiated movement. It's a hip shift. Hips go back, side, front, side. Okay, if we were to dissect this into 4 parts, then you smooth it out. And many of you right now are probably thinking, wow, snap, crackle, pop, left, right, holy moly. This is a little slice of heaven. Oh my goodness. I just reversed it and didn't tell you, so play along. Okay, so hips shifting. This is pelvis initiated, not torso. This is actually from martial arts, and fitness and rehab kind of stole this move after we saw a bunch of martial artists using it. It's really, really effective, especially for the low back and hips. So we're going to call that STB, scrape the barrel. All right, now what we're going to go into is something I call the rag doll. You're going to feel like a rag doll, and it's actually a little bit complicated. I'm going to show you 2 ways. So what you do for this is you get your toes facing forward. Okay, I'll do a couple this way. You tuck your pelvis so that your shoulders and hips and your pelvis are in the same plane. You come up and over until you can't. Okay, my knees are soft. Let yourself have a moment here. The top shoulder rolls forward. Your arms are like noodles and your head is heavy. Then you tuck your pelvis and try to keep your spine rounded into a C shape. Bow over your belly button, come through center. Go to the other side, and then stack your shoulders on top of each other and roll up from here, having your head be the very last thing to come up. Up and over like a candy cane. Top shoulder forward. Bow over the belly button. Arms heavy, head heavy, and come up. Okay, check out this side view. My knees are unlocked. My toes are forward. I'm going to tuck the pelvis. I'm going up and over like a candy cane. Now right here where it gets tricky. You round over like this to come to the side, stack, and up, okay? Your body is going to try to go like this and move your hips back and your torso down. I actually want your hips and shoulders to fairly stay in the same plane and end up here. See what this reminds you of is that spinal rolling, because what we're trying to do is unjam your spine we actually don't want to go into this type of motion. We want to get into this kind of motion. Oh, you guys are going to love me for that because it feels so good. Okay, so we just did, what did we do? Scrape the barrel, ragdoll. Now, I got to put this camera down a little bit because we are going to do a deep squat, okay? So, if you don't have your squat yet, you might not be going down this far, okay? That's all right. You can hold on to something like a chair or person or bed frame or countertop, couch, whatever you need to. Let's say Howard Sternum was my thing I was holding on to. You would climb down that thing and just hang on. Now, why this is important for your sacrum is because you are getting all this stuff spread and mobile. As you know from part 1 video, there are 35 muscles attached to that thing back there. So your deep squat is a beautiful resting position. And I want you to just take 5 breaths here. And while you're breathing, okay, you're going to think of a 360 expansion. It's like you have a balloon down there. So you're going to breathe in, you're going to breathe laterally, and you're going to breathe into your low back also. So this is not just belly breathing. Get way down in here. Try to relax your shoulders, jaw, and neck. Inhale, fill up 360 like a balloon. Exhale, rest. Now, there are many different intentions for a deep squat or a regular squat or an active squat or a back squat or whatnot. This is just the focus for unjamming and helping your sacrum feel better, okay? So just remember that. Whew, I'm starting to talk a lot. I can't breathe. Okay, so I'm kind of pushing my knees out. Every exhale, I'm just sinking more and more. For me, this is one of the most relieving things I can do for my low back. You know, I'm half Filipino, and as you guys probably know, they call this the third world squat. I think that's right, most third world countries, I want to say most, I might be wrong, rest in this position, right? We eat down here, we play dice, rest, take phone calls. I was just in Thailand and Cambodia, and people on the sides of the roads where they're all in squats. Sometimes they're this narrow squat, grown full men. I mean, it's just so beautiful. Okay, climb up your contraption. Whew. Talking in a deep squat is something else. I would not recommend that. Okay, now here's the deal. Oh, I gotta get you guys like happy medium. Okay, so we did scrape the barrel, ragdoll, stack. Head's the last thing. Then we did deep squat, 360 breathing to help with the pelvic floor being relaxed. Howard Sternum, you gotta move your tush, buddy. Okay, I'm not using him today. Now, the last 2 things, I'm gonna move you up a little more. One of these is for your neck, okay? This is exercise number 4. We have to address your neck because, why? It's the top of your spine, and the sacrum is what? The bottom of your spine. Okay, if you want to affect the bottom of your spine, you should move above the bottom, which we did, which is your low back, and then you should move the very, very top, which is the exact opposite, because they do talk to each other. They are friends, okay? It's like, okay, I'm just going to leave it at that. Just trust me. So you want to get really good at neck mobility. So we're going to skin stim the neck. Okay. Wakey, wakey. Eggs and bakey. Hello, hello. Can you feel your neck? Make sure there's nothing numb. Now, what we're going to do here is tuck your pelvis, toes forward, lengthen, make a little double chin. Simply rotate. Okay, we'll go for 6 reps here Can you keep your chin parallel to the floor? Can you keep your ears in the same plane, or do you do something like this? Okay, check it out in a mirror, something like that. Or have a friend or spouse or child watch you and just say, hey, do I keep my ears in the same plane, or do I rotate and tilt? A lot of people do that because they have inner ear issues. Most people do. Okay, then double chin, chin to chest. Lift the chin. Now, when you do these, please stay active when you lift the chin up. I don't want to, it's not very effective, okay? Chin to chest, chin lift. Inhale. Okay, last one. No, I'm a liar. That's not the last one. Ear to shoulder. Oh, yeah. Keep that double chin. Okay, can you keep the ears in the same plane? See, mine wants to do this, but the move is this. Stay with me. Don't get sidetracked. Stay with me. Okay, now the for real last one is this. Lengthen, toes forward, tuck the pelvis. Glide, double chin, ponytail up and back. Glide forward, double chin. So it's not up and down. It's boom, 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 forward and back, just like your chin was on a countertop. I will say this, in my experience, we don't really have to emphasize this because most people have that already. I want you to put the emphasis on this part. It's very attractive. It's a very sexy position. No, not at all. Okay. Right, now check in on your sacrum, see how it's feeling. Okay, the last one. Howard Stern, you're in my shot. Okay, the last one is called a tibial nerve glide. What I need you to understand about this is a nerve stimulating exercise, okay? Some people call it a neuromechanic drill. Other people call it nerve flossing. I don't care what you call it. Just know that you have to be respectful. You have to be patient and really be responsible for your own body, okay? We're not doing a muscle stretch. We're actually putting your body in a specific tensioning sequence so that you can tell a nerve hello. And this nerve, it comes out of the sciatic nerve, comes down the back side of the leg, and then it goes behind the calf into the bottom of the foot. This is really correlated to sacrum issues. So I've just found that a lot of people with sacrum issues test really well and find a lot of relief from this tibial nerve glide or neuromechanic drill, whatever you want to call it, or nerve rubber band stretch. Like I said, I don't really care what you call it. So just put your thinking cap on because it's going to take a little bit of thinking. It's very awkward. And I will do a couple different orientations so you can see. I want to show you seated because most of you are at a desk and I want you to be able to utilize this when you want to and have a higher compliance. Okay, super tall. Do not start the drill like this, por favor. That would not make me very happy. Okay, lengthen up. I'm working on my right leg, okay? From here, you keep this other leg bent. You just take a gentle hinge forward, holy moly. And once you feel a pretty significant stretch back here, I want you to say, okay, I'm going to keep this tension at a 3-4 out of 10. Holy moly, right? You don't want to crank on this and be like, whoa, zinger, zinger. So just check in, go slow. Yeah, I'm about at 3-4. You're going to rotate your shoulders towards the side you're working on. Bow over like you're bowing to a king. Then you internally rotate the leg you're working on, okay? That just means make your kneecap face in. Now here's the weird part. You got to bend your ankle a crap ton and then evert your foot so your pinky toe is trying to touch your outside knee. Keep it at a 3-4 out of 10. Inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, straighten. Inhale. Exhale. Now I'm going to ease off and show you a different orientation, okay? Let me come to a diagonal on the same leg. Or actually, let me go forward. Oh, perfect. Not perfect. Scoochy scooch. Yeah, there we go. Super tall. My right leg is out. It looks like your left because I'm mirroring you. Hinge forward. 1. Rotate and bow. 2. Internally rotate. 3. Dorsiflex, which is toes to nose. Then pinky toe out. Okay, check out this motion. If you do not do that, you're not doing the drill right, okay? So it's very important. Hinge on 1. Rotate, bow 2. Internally rotate 3. Bend the ankle as much as you can on 4. 5. Evert the foot without losing your internal rotation. Keep a 3, 4 out of 10. Inhale, bend the knee. This is the flossing part of the exercise. Exhale, you have the nerve at full stretch. Inhale, slack. Exhale, stretch. Okay, 5 to 10 is really good. Now, just know you can do this in a standing position. You can do this sitting on the floor, okay? You can also do it lying on your back. I'm not going over all of these, okay? Because that would be like a whole video in itself. But just keep it all in mind. Let me know if you have any questions. And that's 5 more things. 5. That's 5 more things that you can do to help your sacrum feel better. Let me know if you have any questions.